Amsterdam.
So we're biking to a smaller town, and this is where we get to bike. We found this bush, the blackberry bush. So many flowers. Hi everyone.
We're currently staying at a couch surfer's house that we met here in Belgium. He took us on a tour today showing us the outside areas of the city of Genk, which we are in right now.
It's really cool to see a local's point of view of the country because some of the touristy things aren't as amazing as the things that the locals can show you. So we enjoy couch surfing a lot for that reason. We have been in Europe for 8 days now, and we have been biking for 7 days. We enjoy biking so much. It's very abundant here. A lot of people bike. We think that it's the best type of transportation for Europe or the Netherlands and Belgium so far. We aren't sure about the others.
Netherlands is a lot better with the biking, I'd have to say, just because their biking paths are a lot more renovated and they have signs pointing each direction. Belgium is still good. As we get into Belgium, it is getting a little bit more hilly, so it's getting a little bit tougher to bike uphill.
There is lots of transportation here, types of transportation. The most common one is probably scootering, biking, cars, which most of the cars are electric. There's a few other weird electric cars that people use that are not normal.
Kind of looks like the future here.
Yeah. A lot of people use trains, trams, which go throughout the whole country. They're not just in the cities. There's few differences between Belgium and Netherlands that we've seen. So we've kind of decided to put them into one video. We'll start off talking about the differences. The most major difference that we've seen is the architecture. The Netherlands looks a little bit older, more nature in people's yards, obviously waterways because there's a lot of canals there.
You almost notice the difference between the architecture from Netherlands and Belgium immediately across the border. The houses in Belgium are brick houses, and they seem to have more of a straightforward design to them, while in the Netherlands they seem to be a little bit crazier with their design. Seemed like they had a lot more fun building their buildings, but it still looks really beautiful here.
Another thing that is a big difference is the people. The people in Belgium seem way more friendly. They seem a lot more laid back, and they just admire your existence. Like, they don't just look at you and look away. They say hi, and they seem like they want to talk to you more than in the Netherlands.
Not that the Netherlands isn't friendly, it just seems that they're more introverted people inside their own heads. So,
yeah, and independent.
But they are still nice people. We didn't really cross anyone that was mean. So.
Yeah, no. There's a little bee. There's a lot of nature here. There's a bee on the camera right now. The most obvious difference between the Netherlands and Belgium is obviously the weather. The Netherlands is cold and rainy almost every day, and it's their midsummer. Belgium is a lot warmer. I feel like the sun hits me a lot more. I'm getting more burnt here.
It still rains, but it's less rainy.
Let's go on to just like the general that we've learned about both. One of our favorite things that we've learned here is that the government really pushes environmentally friendly things on their citizens. The couchsurfer that we're staying with right now explained to us that not that long ago, the government paid the citizens to put solar panels on their houses, which is really out of this world to us because that would never happen in the United States.
They're still paying them now, just not as much as they were when they started the campaign.
Another thing that we enjoy seeing here is wind turbines. There is a lot of renewable energy here, which we are so happy to see.
And we're so happy to see the government actually enforcing it and like pushing it.
Another thing that we learned here is that in the Netherlands and Belgium, which it might be all throughout Europe, but we're not sure yet, that everyone sections out their garbage to separate bags, and the bags that are not recyclable plastics or compost are more expensive to buy, so it almost pushes people to want to recycle.
Another really cool thing that we learned here is that to go to university or college, it's only around 700 euros a year, which is an insane difference in price compared to what you would pay in the United States.
It's unheard of for someone to have a loan, like a student loan, because either way, if you don't have that much money to pay for a university, they help you. Like, that's what the taxes go towards, is helping people study and learn. And we love that because in the United States, it's the complete opposite.
They also have an option for technical school, which is really nice. So if you know what you want to do, you don't have to go through all the general schooling and waste your time. You could just start working towards what you want, which is a really cool option to have.
And they like start you on a job right when you turn 18 and graduate.
There's less of a gap in the wealth classes that you can notice immediately here. It seems that everyone has at least middle class to high class houses, which just shows that the government is really helping to push the people to strive and not just leaving them behind, which is really good to see, and we're really happy to see that somewhere in the world.
Yeah, we're so surprised seeing this stuff because they tell you in the United States to not go travel because it's scary, and they fear drive you to not travel because maybe they don't want you to know that there's better out there. We feel that the government here and the police are more here to help than to take, and they seem to be less power hungry and more about community.
Also, the amount of police here is probably a fourth of what you see in the United States.
Yeah, and the police cars that they drive in are really noticeable. If you ever come to the Netherlands or Belgium, they spell police like polite, and the back of the car will have bright stripes on it, like in Amsterdam, they were bright pink, and
In Eindhoven, they were bright red.
yeah, they don't seem to be there to hide and catch someone. They seem to be out in the open, so then if someone needs help, they can get them for help.
We see people walking up to them and asking for directions and then politely pointing them in the right direction and
Going
telling
on
them to
with
have
their
a
day.
nice day and just being nice. The people seem to be happier here and more relaxed. Like, everyone has a genuine smile on their face.
Like, you don't hear yelling, screaming, noise pollution. I feel like the people here are more about the nature and family and community and just,
Very tranquil and peaceful.
yeah.
Another thing here that we want to talk about is the difference in nature that we've seen from Netherlands to Belgium. In the Netherlands, it seemed to be a lot more farmland and not so many trees if you are trying to wild camp. It's a little bit difficult. You can find spots, but just be aware that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. As you get south of Eindhoven, you start noticing trees and it opens up a little bit more, and then as you cross into the Belgium border, there's trees everywhere, and camping is not a problem here at all.
Yeah, so if you're planning on backpacking, just be aware that the northern part of the Netherlands is not at all good for camping. First off, it's freezing, and there's water everywhere, so it makes it even colder. It's super windy.
And it will rain on you.
We absolutely adore Belgium because there's so much nature here, so many bike paths, there isn't as much nature in people's yards, but there's a lot more public land that people can explore.
Like right now, we literally just walked off the path of a residential area, and we have the camera sitting in a blackberry bush, and there's trees all around us.
Yeah, and there's a lot more wildlife, and the wildlife here seems a lot happier. So many bees here.
And with the bees, there's thousands of more flowers.
Just a tip for foraging, there are blackberries everywhere in the Netherlands and in the Belgium that we've seen so far.
They literally span across the bike paths for miles. You could stop every 5 minutes and pick blackberries, and because they're wild, they're probably the best blackberries you'll ever have.
Yeah, we got like this much of them, like I swear, so much.
And that was just out of one time. We've
yeah.
done it like multiple times, and each time it was a huge amount. Another thing that we want to share with you from our experiences is that in the Netherlands, there is almost no advertisements at all. I think we saw one advertisement out of the whole time we were there. And even in the gas station, there's not advertisements for buying cigarettes. The only advertisements they have for cigarettes are telling you how bad they are for you, which is really nice to see that they're trying to get people away from that.
It makes the country look a lot cleaner. It's also as good in Belgium as in Netherlands.
Just a little bit more advertisement, but still barely any.
Yeah, barely any compared to the United States. If there are billboards or advertisements, they are a lot less bright. The government doesn't allow the corporations to take over the country. This also plays a big role in freedom of thought because people in the United States are subliminally pushed to buy things and spend their money on certain things. People here, I feel, have more say in what they spend their money on.
And because of that, you could tell that these people are more intuitive and strong and passionate, and they're very strong about their views. At the same time, they also seem like open-minded people.
It just feels like the people own this country and this land.
And they act like they own it, and you could just tell that they feel like they own it. And seeing that makes both of us really happy to see that the people are so at home in their home country, which that's how it should be. We really love the culture here, as you could tell.
Yeah. Something I want to add in that is really random, but it is really interesting to me, is that the delivery people here, like the pizza delivery or like the Chinese people in delivery and everything, even Domino's.
Yeah, even the major like corporations have this.
They use bicycles to deliver, which is so awesome. So the corporations are not like supporting the oil companies. They are pushing people to be more environmentally friendly, and also it probably saves them money too. So it's really great.
Just seems like a smarter option overall.
Yeah.
So.
If you look at the elderly people here, they're so fit. They're riding bikes everywhere, like up
Some
hills.
of them faster than us.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that people, like a lot of the people here, care about their health and how fit they are.
Also, we've been told and researched ourselves that there is no fluoride in the water here, in the tap water and the public drinking water, which is really crucial to us because we do not believe in fluoridation of the water at all, because that is medicating the people without their consent. And the government of Netherlands literally made it illegal to put fluoride in the water for that reason, which is really cool to see that they have the same views as us.
And they haven't had fluoride in their water since 1973, so it is out. Like, there is no trace of it, I'm guessing.
And they have some of the cleanest drinking water in the world.
And they have like faucets to like fill your water bottle up everywhere. They want people to have water. They want people to drink water. It's amazing.
The only thing though is there's no public restrooms.
Oh yeah. Even in Belgium too, there is no public restrooms. If there are, you have to pay for them. It should be part of like a human right to be able to go to the bathroom, you know? That's the only thing that we have an issue with. This is something that's only in the Netherlands, not in Belgium too, which we forgot to mention. But there are coffee shops in Netherlands, which is amazing. They sell psychedelics, mushrooms, or marijuana, hash. They let people have the freedom of medicating with that amazing, like those amazing plants.
which is also a good way to get people away from cigarettes, because some people smoking cigarettes are addicted to the smoking. And we've talked to people that smoke cigarettes and we've asked them, like, if you could smoke weed, would you still smoke cigarettes? And they all said no. So that also helps with that. And it's
Even
just
though
really
there's
cool.
a lot of people smoking cigarettes here in Europe.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like a fashion thing. Like the people here are,
They roll their own cigarettes too. I think it might be cultural as well.
yeah.
Quick warning to anyone coming here is, if you go to a restaurant, make sure to ask if you could drink your own water inside or get tap water. Don't just ask for water, because they'll bring you an expensive bottle of water and charge you for it.
It's like this big and it's
Yeah.
glass.
It's
It's
just-
so expensive.
Yeah, it's really overpriced. It's not worth it for water.
A lot of people, luckily, if you're starting your travels in the Netherlands or Belgium, they know English. It's part of the culture's education system too. They want everyone to know how to speak multiple languages so they can travel. Like, a lot of the schooling here requires travel. Like, are you kidding me right now? They require traveling in their schooling.
We love that, because obviously we're all about travel. So
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard a government try to push on people. Like, travel is amazing. It is so eye-opening. We will try to depict how amazing these places are and what we're experiencing, but there is no way to show you exactly how it is.
there's feelings and sights and sounds and noises that you cannot, like, say to someone or explain to someone. It's something that you just have to feel yourself. So we really encourage everyone to come and experience traveling for themselves. First-hand experience is the best.
You're not learning from one teacher's point of view or even one country's point of view. You're learning from multiple cultures. I just love traveling, and I will never stop traveling.
And we encourage all of you to travel as well.
We'll never stop saying that. Please travel. It doesn't cost a lot. We worked 6 months and we're traveling for a year and a half. If you do minimal, you do not need a lot of money to travel. You
And-
just have to get out of your comfort zone and be able to sleep in the woods, be able to sleep at random people's houses. It's part of the experience. Like, you learn so much from those experiences.
The first step of traveling is probably the scariest and the hardest, but once you take that first step, you realize how fun and how safe it really is.
It's not at all negative. It's super easy to do.
It's like learning how to walk. You take that first step and then the rest comes easy after that.
Yeah,
So-
it's an amazing way of life to travel. So that is all we wanted to talk to you guys about. We will be updating videos throughout our travels whenever we feel it's like right and we have enough information to share. So we hope you guys all have peace and joy in your lives, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.